like mode where it's I mean, maybe it's the same color. I don't know. It looks like it to me. So anyway, let's get into U-Boat, shall we? Let's actually get into some gameplay before my internet dies. I would also again like to extend my apologies. It is entirely possible my internet could completely shit its pants in the politest way possible over the next few minutes. So if it does die, I really do apologize. This could end up only being a half an hour stream. It could be 40 minutes. I express my gratitude. Nothing's worse. Because the worst thing is building people up and then letting them down kind of thing. So that's why I've been waiting over the last 4 days. I could have tried and shoehorned a stream into every night. But the reality is, like, the alert would come up. We'd play for, like, a few minutes and then it would crash. And so I've been trying to avoid that eventuality by waiting for a stable connection. So hopefully it's fine. We could have 2 full hours of Boyo. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I'm just going to go until I really need to, like, tap out because hopefully that, you can draw your own conclusion. So yeah, that's we could have a full 2 hours. How long we can get to it, Boyo? Keep read. Try reading that again. I apologise. I'm tired. All of the last 6 months of, like, actually streaming properly, all of the progress I'd made by reading, and of course by that I mean none. It's all gone. It's all fallen apart. Hello, J-Bar. Good to see you, mate. Good to see some familiar faces. I'd like to thank everybody for their patience while this thing gets sorted out. As I say, no one's been more unhappy about it than I have been. So I'm glad everyone is, reasonably, happy. And, hopefully we'll get some U-boats in. I know people have been waiting a little while for their, German submarine fix. So yeah, let's rock and roll. Again, I'm trying to be quite quiet because my dad's asleep in the next room. Inexplicably, everyone's ill around me. Jane isn't. It's only a matter of time, though. But I've come back from 2 days in Stoke-on-Trent, and my mum's got a heavy cold, and my dad has managed to catch, and I forget the name of it exactly, but I think it's called foot, hand and mouth, I think it's called, like where you get like blisters on your hands, like the viral infection. He was managed to catch that from the nephew. Because the nephew's only young, he's managed to catch it as part of the immune system building experience that is, before the age of 4 or 5. I don't know whether it's called foot and mouth disease. I think it's called hand, foot and mouth, Fritz Lark. You'll have to forgive me, I know very little about it. But he's basically in the next room being plague-ridden, which is nice. So here I am, itching all over, yeah, that kind of thing. So yeah. It's not quite Kung Flu. Although we're getting pretty bad here in the UK. Well, not pretty bad. It's like a few hundred cases with a population of several million. But ultimately, it's it's something serious to consider. Anyway, we won't get on about that. Every newspaper, tablet, website, everything is all about the old coronavirus at the moment. So I'm pretty sure 99% of the population is fed up of hearing about it, and we're just just if we're gonna get it, just take. You know what I mean? That's how it is. Unfortunately, I think people are sick of hearing about it. I, for one, interesting. Find it interesting in a sort of a morbid curiosity. We have like a lovely plague about every. It seems to be at the 20th year of every century. There's a plague in the 1920s. There's a plague in the 1820s. Just you know the rules, but so do I. By Rick Astley. And so we're just keeping the trend. Right then, don't forget to stock up your sub with bog roll. I don't get that. Can somebody in chat, if there's a genuine Doomsday Prepper, Mr. Engineer Michael, thank you very much there for the 500 bits and all. Very, very kind, sir. Thank you for ticking us over. Very, very kind. I think we get... Is that hype complete? No, that's the next hype train. There's lots of PogChamps. Yeah, I'm hoping coronavirus doesn't make it down here to Cornwall. I unfortunately suffer from Crohn's disease. That means I'm on immunosuppressive medication, so if I catch it, I'll likely end up in hospital for a while. Yeah. Crohn's disease, yeah. So I got it. I got it, man. So yeah, basically, it's a shit show, in essence. I forget what we've done on the submarine. What did we do? Didn't we get our hands on a couple of... It's been so long, I genuinely can't remember. That's right, we got our hands on some T3 electric torpedoes at long last. We increased we got like a better hydrophone, we got a radar transmitter, we upgraded the conning tower, we did lots of stuff. We got an extra crew member on board as well. I believe Durenthar is now our backup radio operator to keep things running around the clock, which I'm very happy about. I don't know whether we got something like HE or something equivalent ready. We've got somebody trying to research armoured conning towers for 6 days, but that's going to take them a little bit of time. How are we doing for food? Let's get Dave. I don't need you warming up torpedoes. How are things on the galley front? That's all stored up. We've got a shitload of vegetables and pork, preserved pork. We should be okay, if I'm honest. We got lots of meds. Potassium absorbers. I could throw those potassium absorbers straight into ventilation. We should be okay for food in the meantime. I mean, if we mouse over this, how much food have we got? We've got 13 days of food, which is the length of an average patrol. Chances of us being out for 30 days is quite slim, but we've got over a month's worth of food should we need it. So with all said and done then, let's head over to the Admiralty and see what's going on then. I think it's people planning to use it for tissue because it's cheaper. I don't know, I just work in Tesco. It seems mad though. I know tissues are expensive but I mean, you could always just, get a handkerchief. I don't know. It just seems that toilet paper is a bit of a strange thing. I don't know. It just seems odd to me. Like, if you were going to bulk buy something, at least bulk buy something essential to life, like, tinned food or something, bottled water, things like that. Bog roll is, I mean, unless people are planning to shit just gratuitous amounts of just extra, unless people, the only survival food people could buy was like tinned vindaloo. Like genuinely, I don't understand the obsession with hand sanitizer. Totally get it. Totally get hand sanitizer and soaps and hand soaps and antibacterial soaps all getting sold out. But yeah, tinned Tindaloo. That's yeah, fucking no. It's just really weird. Is a runny nose one of the symptoms? No, it's not. There's no symptoms of a runny nose. The symptoms of coronavirus are a fever and a sore throat. Those are the only symptoms. A cold, the flu-like symptoms, obviously flu-like symptoms are different. Flu-like symptoms, you do get the runny nose, but you also get the sore throat. And because it's flu season, people are going, I've got coronavirus, and having a cheeky, 2 weeks off work. I've got to self-isolate. Tindaloo. I like that name. I'm trademarking that. But yeah, I genuinely don't understand it. Like, genuinely, if you're here sitting in stream now and you're thinking, oh my god, I need to buy another chest of freezer and get ready to thaw myself, freeze and thaw into the future 100 years so that I do not live through this epidemic. It'll be fine. Like, fucking, we did swine flu. We've done SARS. It's every so often it happens. Unfortunately, it's a sad thing, but people do pass away from, for these viruses. It has killed, I think, thousands of people at this point. Like, I know it's killed a lot of people in China. I don't pretend to know. I'm not a media outlet. But the point is, basically, it happens, unfortunately. And it is really bad, and it is going to affect a lot of people's lives. Don't bulk buy toilet paper. If I need a shit, I don't want to be using, like, crisp white shirts or anything else, like my arm or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, just buy tissues, get a pack of handkerchiefs, right? Don't buy surgical face masks. They need them in actual clinical environments, all right? Buy a hand sanitizer by all means, but don't be selling it on for £25. Now's the time to invest. That's it. Use the Daily Mail. Yeah, to be fair, no, I would not sully my ass with such a newspaper. Rinse the butt. That's it. So yeah, just fucking Jesus, like, come on now. Also, I'm set as well, because at work in the gents' toilets, we've got like the store cupboard for all the toiletries, and there are like these massive, like 36 packs of like corporate toilet paper, which I will admit is like risky tier thickness. Like, I remember posting a picture on Twitter where the toilet paper was so thin you could see through it. But yeah, it's risky. But if you wad it up a little bit, you can almost, with a whole roll of toilet paper, get 2-ply. Which is nice. Anyway, I suppose we should actually do something in the game. I'm just waffling now. 200 people are just watching me talk about how I have a shit at work or something. Right, let's take what orders are from the Admiralty. Let's see what's going on here. Lovely. Oh, and some more emotes. Very good stuff. Very nice. So let's see. I've just been mad dogging him this whole time. Well, Citrus has. Citrus is in charge. Let's take a look then. So we've got various patrol sectors that we've got on here. We've got Sector CE, which looks to be... what would you call these? Are these the... what islands would you call these? They do have a name. Is it like Ascension Island or something? Is this like where I think Ascension Island's slightly further south, isn't it? I think so. We've also got Sector AL, where we get another radio operator. We also get another war correspondent, which we don't really need, to be honest. We could get another mechanic. Another mechanic would be very helpful. Strong winds are forecasted in the target area. Because I believe we've got a mechanic already. I think that's it, haven't we? So we've got a mechanic, and we've got... because our spare mechanic is currently researching the conning tower, so what we actually need is a spare leader. So we need a leader, not anyone else. So let's go with this one, and let's go for Manfred Becker. It's not a very long patrol, and we don't really get much for it, other than credits, but we need a leader to be able to research stuff, because at the moment, the research that we're doing is engineer-based, and we've got an engineer and we've got a spare radio operator, but now we need a leader to be able to get things like high explosive ammunition at the warehouses. So I think... have the amber porting things been fixed? Apparently they're getting fixed tomorrow, Tacitus. Oh dear. Actually, it looks like we've just started dropping frames this very moment. Oh, you are joking. Why has... hold on a minute. Let's exit this. It buffed on my end. Okay, that's I'm sorry, that's really weird. Okay, it's back to normal now. Oh, it looks fine.
Oh, yeah.
How are you and your internet connection? I hope you survived 20 minutes. Just a quick buffer. Sorry, genuinely, right, I have no idea why. Do I have, like, adaptive bitrate on? Sorry, a genuine bit of snooping going on here. Do I have... no, I don't have dynamically changed bitrate. Sorry. Literally, for some reason, when I tab into this screen here, when I get into the map screen, I suddenly jump up to 10,000 kilobytes a second. Well, that was really weird. For some reason, I jumped up to using 10,000 kilobytes a second on here. Manskill, good to see it. Okay, well, we'll quickly do this. Manfred Becker, easy level patrol, 20,000 credit reward. Let's do it. It's only a basic mission, but that should be good enough. Okay, Dave, we don't need you warming up torpedoes, so go and get some sleep for me for the moment. Got to sink 4,000 tons of merchant shipping. Citrus is on his way. Once he's on board, we will cast off. Screwed, get over here for us. Let's set us to red light running, ready for an evening cast off. And let's not fuck with the pump. Let's get you over here. Yeah, it looked like for some reason my bitrate just jumped to ludicrous levels. I have no idea why it did that. Interesting. Is it just me, or does Q sound a few notes higher than normal? I hope I don't. I apologise if, like I say, for some reason I'll have to watch the footage. I'll have to watch stream back, but my microphone settings just crapped out all of a sudden while I was playing Total War Warhammer. Like there's an in-game chat for Total War, and unfortunately, as soon as I turned it off, it reset my Windows sound settings. Yeah. So I apologise if I do sound a little bit different, or if there's a different kind of bass to my voice. I do apologise. It's not intentional. Right, let's come over here. I don't think I've ever patrolled this sector before. I think the Ascension Islands are aren't they down and around here somewhere? I don't know. It's I feel like the Ascension Islands are somewhere down here. God, imagine if I could come all the way down here. I suppose I can. That's why they've modelled it. Right then, let's rock and roll, shall we? Let's run to a head standard, and let's get out into the open ocean. In fact, we'll run at a head 2/3 for now. Once we get out to slightly deeper water, we can run off the snorkel, because we do have a snorkel on board. But for the moment, we should be okay. Currently, nothing to report on. Well, really anything. There's no radio commands. There's nothing else. Lovely. Right then. Freddie raided me. Thank you very much, Freddie. So you managed to scrounge up some network bits. I did for the moment. Hopefully we'll get a stream out of it. You almost sound a tad nasally. Just assumed you had a cold. Maybe I am a little bit nasally. It's hard to know. I do sound a little bit raspy, a little bit tinny. I feel okay. A little bit tired, but I'll live, I think. Hopefully.
Keep the change, you
oh, broken. £10. No.
Here we go again.
No.
5 Vigintillion 687.
No, we ain't doing that again, Tube. Very, very kind. We're not doing that again. as an embargo on numbers, unfortunately. That's very kind of you. But holy shit. Right, okay.
152
Still going. How far?
85 decillions.
No, right, skip. Bugger off. There we go. Thank you very much for the £10, and it was almost worth it, but yeah, unfortunately, just no. Not after the last time. It was ridiculous. Right then, let's speed up time, because we want to obviously get out to the patrol point at the chipmunk version. Lovely. You're patrolling the Azores Islands. Very nice. He's got the lurgy, apparently. Well, hello. Thank you very much, Original Tube. Very kind, though. Thank you very much for the £10. Thank you also to Freddy. I didn't realise it was a Tier 2 sub, Freddy. Show off the captain salute there. For all those non-captain plebeians, that's it. I don't think they had Eurobeat back in 1944 there, Spirit. A nice thought, though. I don't really think that the music is... I wonder if that's bugged, because I'm pretty sure the music didn't speed up. Yeah, there we go. Brilliant. I should probably get some people to help on the engines there, Misfit. Just take a couple of people with you. Captain, come and get some sleep. Shall we break queue again? Oh, God. I don't have the faculties. God, there's 290 people here. Good to see you all, folks. Apologies for being away for so long. To go, it's a long way to Tipperary, to the sweetest... Oh, no. There we go. Brilliant. Ahead 2/3, moving slowly at 10 knots. While we're in open ocean, let's move it up to a head standard, get a bit of crank at 11 or 12. I don't think we're going to dive just yet, but we'll try and keep an eye on the sky if we can. Right, army pilots. Let's actually get you to sleep for now. Let's get Durenthar to take over. Let's get Durenthar on the listening room, just to try and spot any enemy aircraft that may come our way. We'll get a little bit of help from there, which will be great. We've got +5 discipline because of the vacation we went on. Let's get Misfit to change over with Dave in the engine room here, just so that he gets some rest. Take people down there. Excellent. So by putting Durenthar on the listening room here, we now have this special detection circle called radar detector. Now we are using a Mark II radar detector, or a level 2. Not sure of the actual classification, but this is essentially an upgraded version of the radar detector that allows us to detect signals without being detected ourselves at the cost of range. If an enemy aircraft flies within this radius, if it is using radar, we will be able to detect it. And realistically, pretty much all of the short Sunderlands of the RAF at this point in the war are using radars. So we obviously got to be mindful. The real trick is just getting to where we're going, and that's half the fun. So let's get Screwed to sleep for us for now, and then we'll get the captain to take over on navigation for this short time. And let's go through the Bay of Biscay. The Bay of Biscuit. Lovely. Fantastic. That is not a German song. It is not a German song, Mr. Kit PR. It is an English song, for we were tuning into Radio Gibraltar, which is currently under British occupation. So no German British war music. Or no German war music. Lovely. So fuel's doing okay. We've got an estimated 7,600 nautical miles of diesel, which isn't too bad. The plan, ladies and germs, is not dying, which is easier said than done these days. I'm hoping the radar detector is going to allow me to detect any short Sunderlands. Go blow up Liverpool. What, just for fun? Apparently, I don't know. Custard creams, please, that's it. It's good to see everyone in chat. How have we all been? Sort of checking in with folks. Hopefully you're doing well. I'm not doing too bad on Planet Joe. It's been really sucky not being able to stream for the last however there. Mad Rago, sorry there, I missed your sub. Thank you very much for the 25 months, sir. Hello. Hello to you. That's it. The original two. Oh my god. Tube! Jesus Christ. Wow, this is a hell of a fog bank. Jesus Christ, let's change us over some of the officers. Citrus, come and get some sleep for us, bud. Screwed, take over on navigation. Durenthar, you've done well enough. Don't get you on there. Let's come and get you some sleep here. Take over in the bunk. Army pilot, take on the listening room. In terms of engines, Dave, come and get some sleep for us, please. Misfit, take over in the diesels. Take 2 people with you for fuel efficiency, and that should be good to go here. Very, very nice. I have a sinus infection in the middle of the pandemic. I'm afraid to go outside in case I cough and the locals end up burning me at the stake. That is a valid thing. Mr. Metalhead as well. Have I muted the alerts still then? Why are they not popping up?
Oh,
I beg your pardon. Okay, they should be popping up now. There we go. They're now popping up. Thank you very much. Sorry, I've clicked pause, but I didn't click play again. There we go. So all of this stuff should pop up now. Thank you very much. Thank you to Madrago as well. Thank you. Yeah, there we go. Numpty. That is I. I am Numpty Man. I haven't streamed in like a week. Like, not properly, or like 2 weeks. Forgive me, chat. It's been like it feels like 3 weeks. I've been having problems for 4 weeks. The numbers keep climbing, chat. Right then. So we are now on station. Patrol sector successfully reached, which is fan-dabby-dozy. Let us take Durenthar here over to the radio station, and let's try and radio in that we are now on site. Captain, let's rig us all for... let's rig us for periscope depth, please, dive. Get ready to take us down. PD, dive, dive, dive. Patrol sector reach. Let's get that radioed in. We've still got 28,000 credits in the bank, so we've got a lot of stuff to be shooting at people. Mr. Citrus there, can I interest you in raising the snorkel for us, please, before we lose buoyancy?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. You're getting old, forgetting everything. Yep, genuinely, chat, I've got a distressing amount of hair in my ears. Like, it's starting to... I'm getting old, I am. I'm moving on in the world. I'll be dead in 6 months. It's really bad. So what percentage of the lens wipes, Q? Asking for the idiots out there. What do you mean, what percentage? Yeah, that's the one. Getting old at 22. Behave. I am. I'm ancient, man. I'll be good. I won't be good. I won't be any good to society.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it's like Orc society. All I could ask for is a good death. 6 weeks. That's it. How's the back, Q? Aching yet? No back pains yet. Not really.
Oh yeah.
So I think I'll be alright. Citrus, there's nothing to attack, so there's no need to get you on the attack periscope there. Who's just watching over here? Screwed. He's just having a good old stare at the depth steers. I kind of like that he's sort of managing this, while simultaneously not managing this. Nilith, thank you very much there for the 6 months. Anniversary for us then. That it is, if the missus will let you. The alcohol percentage of people is using them as hand wipes. No. Like, most lens spray isn't alcohol. It's water-based. It's not going to help you. Alcohol... Most, like, actual opticians and stuff don't actually sell alcohol-based lens solution because of the fact that if you use it with the wrong type of lenses, the wrong coatings, or the wrong frame, the wrong plastic, it just shatters. At Specsavers, there's a material... I guess it's used in other places as well. But in Specsavers, there's a material called cold glazed plastic, and if you get alcohol on that shit, it just eats it. It just genuinely eats it. That's why we use water-based.
Oh, yeah.
Lovely. Right then, so currently running at 7 meters there. I imagine we are now listening on the hydrophone. That is a assumption that I have correctly made there. Citrus, come and get some sleep for me. Again, I don't need you on that particular thing just yet. Dave, I need you to sleep so that you can take over Misfit on the engines. What I really need, my pedigree chums, is I need us to slow us down to a head 2/3, and I need to try and find some baddies. Now, the sea state isn't too bad. The question is, where are all of the oh, just there. Now, if we go to a head full, can we catch them? There we go. This should be a nice, simple attack. Jesus, it just keeps going. Thank you very much there to Soil4 and Mr. Grizzly 9801. Thank you very much for the purple heart, sir, and 5 months for I hope I'm saying that right. Soil4. Thank you very much, sir, for a 4-month streak. Right then, so we've got a group of 2 to 4, hopefully merchant ships, but could potentially be, well, really anything. Let's try and improve our sonar solution here on the target by running on electric engines. So, even though we're going to leave the snorkel up for oxygen, we're going to cut to electrics to try and reduce the amount of background noise in the water and improve our hydrophone solution. So, if I can please, using this... What would you call this? This speed thing that they have on ships with the bells. I don't know what you call it. Let's switch us down to the diesels at a head full. No, we don't want that. We want the electrics at a head full. There we go. So we're switching down to the electric engines at a head full. A semaphore. Is that what you call it? Thank you very much. So the semaphore. The speedy thingy. That's what I was calling it. Thank you very much there. 10 Hades. Very, very kind. Right then, so currently moving at a head 6 knots. The lack of diesel engine here is not only going to reduce our visual signature because of the lack of smoke coming out of the water, but it's going to allow us to obviously use some air as well, which is excellent. The snorkel's just giving us a reasonably fresh intake of oxygen in there, which is fantastic. To be honest, we could probably run at daylight running, so screwed. Even though we're under combat conditions. In fact, no, we'll stay under red light running for combat conditions, because that's pretty much what we're at, isn't it? Let us cut down here. And let's try and explore where these bad people are. So we're currently making 9 knots subsurface, which isn't too bad. But the trick is to try and intercept them before they get too far. Now again, a lot of our officers are pretty well rested here. Obviously the trick is not using too much of the electric engines, but we've got 12 hours of subsurface electric engines with the increased accumulators that we managed to buy in our second to last adventure. Yeah, the hydrophone is doing really good here. Let's slow us down. No, let's not slow us down. We'll stay at a head full. Transport has been detected just here. Let's go down to a head standard, or a head something. There we go. We've got cargo ships coming our way here. At least 3. Let's see. One of them is armed. One of them is Swedish. I wonder if we have any radio transmissions. Can we Can we get radio transmissions from underwater? That's what I want to know, or at least from periscope depth. I hope we can, but I just want to make sure that we've got no transmissions from headquarters for special objectives. Let's see here. David Peters, thank you very much there. No reports of special missions from command, which is a good start. So an unknown radio transmission is going to give them a little bit of a spook, but nothing that they can't really handle. Okay, Army Pilot, let's get you to rest. Jurenthart, let's get you on the listening room. Take one person with you. Misfit, come and get some sleep for me there, buddy. And then let's get Dave, rather than running the accumulators, because we've got shitloads of battery power, let's get Dave warming up torpedoes. Now, we've only got T1s loaded, so let's just get on that straight away. So, Dave, start warming up some T1 torpedoes for us. It won't take you too long. Scrooge, you've done pretty good there for me, fella, but I'm going to need you to get some sleep for now for us, boss, so come and find a bunk for me. And Citrus, let's get you up to the attack periscope. We've got a little bit of water in the bilge, but nothing too serious. What we want to do is keep closing the distance here. We're making good time, good speed at 7 knots. Target speed is otherwise unknown at the moment, but tends to be around 4 or 5 knots. So we're making good time, basically. We're also sort of intercepting at the right kind of angle, which is great. We could try out some new T3s, but frankly we've got the T1s loaded and they haul arse at a decent 44 knots. So we can't really scoff at that. Dave doing a good job there. No need to run at silent running, just because of the fact that we're still running on the snorkel here. There's no desperate demand for air or for quiet, as they do not seem to have a screening fleet. Maybe they thought they could sneak through here. Now, because of the fact that I am obliged not to engage the Swedish ship, we are going to let the Swede go. If we can, of course. If collateral damage is inevitable in warfare. At least that's what we'll tell the Admiralty. Nice one. Brilliant. There we go, so we're now coming in closer. Okay, Jurenthar, can I get you to start getting a sonar solution on the furthest most target? So what Jurenthar is going to start doing is listening for the speed, or basically the revolutions per minute. So one of the ways... that you can identify how fast a ship is going. Is by the revolutions per minute of the engine. If you know what class of cargo ship that you're dealing with, then you can get a rough idea as to how many revolutions per minute equates to a speed, if you know what engine is in the vessel. So that's part of the way that you can identify the speed of a vessel.
Kapitän.
So he's lifting in for revolutions per minute. He knows course and bearing because of obviously what's being reported back to him, which is fantastic. Chuff, 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 that's it. That scared the ever-loving shit out of me while I was tabbed out. I bet it did, Peely. Okay, so target A is currently being worked nicely here by Duranthar, 4% target solution. We want to kind of come as close as we can to this way. They are not making a particularly high speed. Oh, hello. This Swedish vessel has war materials on deck. That is unmistakably a military jeep. What is the code of conduct here? What's the official stance of the Kriegsmarine in the event that the Swedish are ferrying war materials for the British? How does that work? Because this is from Japan. It's a Swedish ship called Japan. Lovely. What's the official stance of rules of engagement? Kill them. I think. Okay, fair enough. That's going to give the skipper something to do then. Let's begin identifying this target close to us here. We're still currently 2 nautical miles out. We've got an intercept course as reasonably close as we can get one here. Again, currently making 7 knots on the electrics, which is fine. They're never going to be able to see our periscope. It's quite dark. Visibility isn't really in their favour. In fact, 10% visibility is actually not too bad. We could drop the snorkel, but there's not much call for it, to be honest. Like, they really can't engage me. Clearly collateral damage. What NATO doesn't know won't hurt them. I don't think NATO will be getting involved in this one, Baz. Neutral not allowed, I believe. While we, Sweden, were ferrying war materials for both sides, it's a neutral, I suppose. Just sneeze and hit the button, that's it. Sweden also shipped German shit, I guess. But you've got to assume that, like, I mean, is the official stance that these guys are fair game? Because it's quite clear if they're part of a... I mean, if it was just a Swedish convoy, that wouldn't be too bad, but it is very, very clear that these guys are ferrying British war materials from the fact that they're in a British convoy. Is this British? This is British. Sink it. Pulling an Iron Lady there. Right, okay. 17% sonar solution. Duranthar's at about 17% as well. Surface and claim the resources for the fatherland like good privateers. Good to see you again. Good to see you as well, Birder Chris. Welcome, welcome. Wait, I think that was the Canadian flag. No, that is the flag of the Royal Navy. Not Canadian, unfortunately. I believe the other ship is of a similar disposition, British. Oh no, it's Norwegian. It's an Icelandic ship. Triggered. Lovely. Yeah, that's so interesting. We got. I think it's a bit of multiculturalism going on down here in the fucking Azores Islands. That one's definitely hostile. I guess we could leave the other one. I guess we could leave target B. It's not ideal, but I guess I could. And I mean, if I fire a torpedo at... I mean, let's put it like this. If I fire a torpedo at target B and it just happens to have to go through this target to get it, I mean who am I? Who am I to, freak accident? Might be carrying bacon. I only collect bacon if there's destroyers around, Spicky. Everybody knows that. Yeah, I'm sure that would go down well in the official report there, Rager. I'm sure it would. Right, let's close the distance a little bit. Let's put it on ×1 speed. Come up over this way. Close the gap as reasonably as we can. Solutions are at 47 and 15%. Speed up to ×5. Let us, as we close the gap here, it's still about 1.5 nautical miles, give or take. So there's no danger of us being spotted just yet. Lovely. Again, visibility is going to be helping us out big time here. Where are our targets? There they are. Very good distance from them. Again, basically we are invisible to them. No way that they're going to be able to spot us. Durenthar at 89% there and 71. Okay, I would say we're about ready. Dave, how are we doing for heat of the torpedoes? They're actually quite cool again, Dave, so come and give a second pass on them if you can. Just make sure that the oil remains warm. Excellent. It's carrying toilet paper, do not sink it. It's true, we'll have to see. We did also we got the improved toilets as well, which was nice. We got an improved bog, which is... I know that of course appears to be a storage cupboard, but trust me, it is the toilet. There's another one over here as well. That's another shitter.
Oh,
didn't they store stuff in the toilets? So I guess, you know, storage space is a bit of a luxury. Thank you very much there to Metalhead for gifting a tier 1 sub to Spicky. Very kind of you, sir. Okay. Let's get ready to engage then. Torpedoes are slowly going to get warmed up. Misfit, can I get you forward for me, please? I want you to warm up some other torpedoes. Get that T2, or that Tube 2 warmed up as well, if that's okay. Come forward and give us a hand. Metalhead gifting a sub to Mr. Crankstein 0311. Thank you very much. 14 gift subs, sir. Very, very kind. Lovely. Yeah, get these torpedoes all readied up. T1s, loadouts ready to go. They are warm, which is why it says they're red. Let's give it a try. Lovely. Get ready to engage. Dave's getting ready to load the torpedo back into Tube 1. Quickly does it there, son. Very, very nice. We'll get you to warm up Tube 4 while we prep to fire from Tube 1. We're going to go with Army Pilot's target, as it is the furthest one away. To be honest, the solutions are actually about the same, so we might actually go for the closer one first and then go from there. Thank you very much there to Metalhead again for Captain Morgan. Very, very good stuff. Congratulations on your subs there, chat. He's feeling very generous. Mr. Dave, can you come forward and start warming up Tube 4 for me, please? Citrus, ready your firing point procedures, 89%. Okay, let's lock it in. Flood Tube 1, speed to maximum, 1.5 meter draft depth. Target point procedures on Target B, Eric Boy, Liberty class cargo ship. Distance to target 1 nautical mile, bearing 57.4, speed is 5 knots. Target solution 91%. Ship ready, tube ready, shoot Tube 1. Weapon has cleared the tube and is running normally. Excellent stuff. Right then, let's ready on firing point procedures for number 2. Weapon 2 is going to be up very, very shortly. This one for Durenthar. 98% target solution. Ready and flood Tube 2 for me, please. Flood it. Max speed. Firing point procedures on unknown class cargo ship, similar to the Empire Explorer. We know it's Norwegian, so it has to sink. Firing point procedures. Distance to target is 1 nautical mile. Bearing 61.4. Speed is 5 knots. Ship ready, tube ready. Shoot Tube 2. Weapon has cleared the tube and is running normally. Ship is ready and stowed to fire again. 2 weapons remaining. We'll get Dave to warm up this torpedo and we'll go from there. Misfit, no need for you to be on the engines, please, boss. Come and get some rest for now. Army Pilot, release your extra crew member. Should be okay. Right then, torpedoes are away. We are not going to hit the Swedish ship. It's going to pass just behind, which is good. Is it going to pass just behind? I think it is. Yeah, just behind. T1 warmed torpedo on target B and target A. They should both hit. This is the same save as we played before, Diablo, or recently. 40 seconds to impact. Torpedoes are travelling tippy-top speed. So far they are not aware that they're about to get engaged. The low light here means that it's very difficult to spot a torpedo in this kind of water. In fact, it's nigh impossible. There's no way that they'd really even know until it hits their side. Oh, there you go, just like that. Totally invisible. Okay, so all ships are at alarm state. It's hard to know. How bad was the hit? Doesn't appear to have pierced the side of the hull. It might have been a dud. Interesting. We have got a large blaze on board as a result of the hit. Large fire in the central area. Although it looks like their damage control parties are dealing with it. Interesting. So alarm state has been sounded. Let's see. The second vessel, any second now, should be receiving its hit. A little bit of war material on deck here. The SS Henry. Hard to know where the second torpedo is exactly. I assume it's close by. And we see it coming in. Hard to know, unless it was a miss. Literally can't see it at all. 30 seconds. It was a miss. Oh dear. This guy, smoke effects look to be a lot better. For some reason. Smoke effects look gorgeous all of a sudden. Right then, we've got another tube that's ready. He was a little bit far away. Looks like he dropped down to 3 knots from 5. So that's probably what threw our thing off there. Right then, let's throw another torpedo out at him. SS Henry, Durenthar, you're locked onto him. 100% chance to hit. Unless you curve the bullet, mate, I think we're in trouble. 2-4 is ready to go. Let's get ready to send it. Firing point procedure, same as last time on the SS Henry. Adjust for 4 knots, please. Flood and fire tube 4. Shoot tube 4, I should say. Tube 4 is away again. If this one doesn't hit, we're going to surface and go to deck guns. Fire is still burning on this guy here, the Boyle. They've sent out a distress call. Fire is actually consuming the superstructure in the centre. Looks like they're going for an abandoned ship, is that right? Smoke is gorgeous. Is that an abandoned ship order? Kind of hard to know what they're doing here. There's a lot of water starting to slosh onto the aft deck. Looks like an abandoned order has been given. Yep, they're abandoning ship. A lot of water getting on at midships. Huge fire has broken out below decks and has leaked up onto the foredecks there, which is fantastic. I think the fire is going to consume that one. Torpedo has covered half of the distance. Let's see if we get a connecting hit. That guy is pretty much gone for. There we go. She's she's gone critical. Down she goes. Excellent stuff. What has been dropped there? Not much. £25 and 5 pence.
Godspeed you magnificent bollock.
Just one bollock. Non-plural. Singular. Okay, here we go. Let's see how this other torpedo does. It's coming in at quite the speed. 20 seconds to impact. This one looks a lot better. Good job, Durenthar. This one's going to hit right here on the 4. In it comes. Oh, excellent. Did that dislodge the front? Really didn't like that. Huge fire just broken out on the main deck there. We've knocked a mast over. Very powerful. Doesn't, again, no piercing of the armor plate, but a huge inferno up front. She's already got a little, she's already a little bit below the waterline. Yeah, you can start to see the red of the stern here and the propeller lift out the water, so she's taking on water at the bow at least. If we didn't outright blow the panel, we've definitely caused a lot of buckling of the main hull there. God, yeah, she's really going down. That is what you would call significant structural damage. Yeah, she's gone for with a hole like that. Lovely. Right then, and then that is pretty much it. Well, the front fell off. 500,000 tons of crude oil fell into the sea and caught fire. That's it. Lovely. Excellent. And then the Swedish guy was thinking, thank God we didn't get involved with the war in Germany. Lovely. Right, so that's them dealt with. What we are going to do now is take part in the spicy meme of sending a diver down 3,000 meters, because the game doesn't really seem to care about how deep something is, just that you have a diving suit. Now, again, I believe Captain Sweden here, he's not even armed, so even if he was a nasty man, he couldn't shoot me. So I'm going to come to the wreck and I'm going to surface. Dive, take us up first, please. We don't have long to make use of this wreck, just in case some enemy, short Sunderlands were radioed in. But I think we'll be alright. Citrus, come down here to your bunk for us. Do a good job. Screwed, make sure you chart our position here after you've run the pump for me. Also, good to see you in chat there, Swat. How are you doing, mate? Long time no see. Get in here. No, no sea. Lovely, right. Lovely. Yeah, good to see you, mate. Everybody, this is ZF SWAT Night. He is better at games than I am. Apparently. He plays Hunter Call of the Wild, a game that I would really should play. You'll have to teach me how to hunt. Like, you could be like the professional and I could be the keen, ignorant, idiot. Lovely. Right, yeah, so those are sailing away at a merry old speed. We're going to leave the snorkel up because we might as well. No real urgency to drop it as we come over here. Let's switch it out to the diesels for now while we're running on the surface. So let's go diesels ahead standard. Just gives us a bit more oomph.
Yeah.
Let's come over to here, Metalhead. There you go, there's a sub, sir. You've now got all the Cubear emotes. Yeah, I'm up for it if you want to get the game. I need more people to hunt with. Yeah, we could play the... I could play the keen idiot. You can teach me about stuff. You want to get ready for stream? Have fun sinking ships. You too, Miss Jonah. See you in a bit, sweetheart. Lovely. Oh, drink of water. Lovely, lovely jubbly. Right then. So far, so good. So let's get Felamy Lad here as we're now up on the surface. We're going to leave Durenthar on the listening station, just in case we get dicked on by any short Sunderlands. So we're going to get Army Pilot over to the radio room. Once Army Pilot's on the radio room, we're going to get him an auxiliary crew member. In fact, I'll do that now. And then we're going to try and radio in our successful sinks of those two ships. Incoming message from the Japan. My G. Looks like the message from the Japan has faded for whatever reason. Another 1,320 credits, and we completed our side objective, which is excellent news. Just got to come over here. I believe they just reported my position, the cheeky fuckers. How wooed. Very wooed. Right, let's see here. So, empty storage box, empty storage box. What we are going to do is we are going to get, I think, one of our spare mechanics to head down to the ship here. So, into the cabinet you go, sir, and equip yourself with one of our Bell diving suits, sir. You look positively handsome as a 1980s Doctor Who extra. Very, very nice. Yeah, it's Japan saying sorry. Yeah, that's it. Lovely stuff. Is there any reason to keep red light running? Not really, tactics, but there's no reason to turn it off either at the moment. I guess you could still say we're in combat conditions, so I guess we can still run on it. Well, hopefully all of these guys don't mind me coming in to say hello there. We need to come down to all stop, and we need to get Felamy Lad over here to the winch here. There is nothing interesting below our ship. I will be the judge of that. Let's get you forward, shall we? Now, I am very much the judge of this. Now, it says that there's nothing interesting, but I'm not convinced. Investigate wreck. I wonder if it's too deep. No, because we've dived to some pretty deep wrecks before. Let's back us up 1/3. Fucking hell, he's got his like clown shoes on. Come over here, come over here, it's all good. Nothing interesting below our ship. I promise you there is. There's a whole tank. I wonder if the reason why it's saying that there's nothing interesting below the ship is because of the fact that the wreck might not have hit the bottom yet. That is an interesting thing, isn't it? Maybe it's because, yeah, maybe it's because I'm just not quite in the right spot. Let's go back a little bit. Let's go back 2/3. Let's give me, let's say, 10 degrees. What will be right rudder? Let's see if that's, is that going to turn us the right way? Am I getting that confused? Yeah, I'm getting that confused. Let's go 20 degrees left rudder. That's what I want. Try and manoeuvre. Get more over this way, if I can. Interesting. Are submarines boats? You know, you're asking the big questions. It is possible it could have burnt out before it sank. It's true. Right then, let's go for a head 1/3. Let's give us full hard right rudder. just so we get the right amount of turning in there. There we go, screws turning the other way now. Let's go ahead 2/3 just to make sure there's more water running over the rudder, get the turn a bit more efficient. There we go. We're on electrics again. Let's back to diesels, you farts. Want to see some smoke billowing. There we go. Well, there's the old Japan. Interesting. Your boy's just standing at the front, just waiting. Oh, there is nothing interesting below our oh, okay. Sorry, it lit up green then. Did that mean that was it? And I just missed it. Surely not. I'm not even like really over the wreck. Wonder if that was just a weird bug. Kind of feel like I'm in a better spot now. I wonder if the game's got other ideas. Nothing interesting. That is a pontoon. What good is a pontoon to us? I hope these guys don't mind. Oh, good thing you got your diving suit on, eh? Hey, laddie. Lovely. It is very keen on us not having anything interesting. Marine vessel rolls inward during the turn. If a marine vessel rolls inwards during the turn, it's a boat. If it leans outward, it's a ship. Interesting. Collision damage. That's the one. I wonder. Oh, weird sound effect there. That gave me a good scare. Right then, is there genuinely? Oh, there is nothing interesting. It keeps like flashing green, but then it doesn't. Let's go and check out the other wreck. Wreckage. If I like click on where it says wreckage, let's go ahead standard and see if we can get right over it. I want to see if we can explore one of these wreckages. We're in very deep water, so it's very possible that the game now has limitation on what water you can actually go and explore in, which is fair enough. But till then, Misfit is going to be our figurehead, and I hope he doesn't mind. Dave, you've done all you can, son, so come and get some sleep for it. It looks like we've got some T3s loaded up now in the tubes, which is fantastic. Looking forward to using some T3s. Excellent stuff. Be very careful in losing another crew member. I will save before I go down there. Just in case shenanigans happen again. He is very freaked out about being impaled on that guideline. Lovely. Let's see how we do here. Very nice. He really doesn't like being down there. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You're only getting sent 3,000 meters to the bottom of the ocean. In fucking 20th century diving equipment. For you, my friend, this is the future. Right, stop. Right. Not screwed. But you. Again, nothing. Winch. Nothing of interest. Keep saying nothing of interest. Let's back it up a little bit, just in case we... Ooh, just in case we overshot, but I don't think we did. Do you have a chance to drop anchor or something? Nothing like that. I've just got to kind of find the sweet spot. There's no guarantee that this will work. I really know very little about this mechanic as a whole. All I'm trying to do is just get the thing to appear. Because you'd think if it was going to let you, it would be like a bit more forgiving. So I'm just wondering if it's because it's too deep. Does anybody know? Take to the wiki. How does one... Because I'm pretty sure, like, if you look here, it says wreckage. And I clicked on it to make sure I was right above it. It does not appear to work. The maximum is 1k down. Well, that makes sense. Come and drop off your diving suit then. Let's move on and try and find some other targets. While we're on the compressed air here, quickly let's get Mr. Dave down here to just run the air compressor, and then we'll get Misfit to take us down to PD once he's dropped off his diving suit. Let's give us a head 2/3 for his police manoeuvring, and let's get ready to... He looks like a prison convict. Let's get ready to rig ship for periscope depth in order to find some more people as it gets dark here. We'll leave these guys to the fate of the open ocean. which I'll imagine is a bit grim for him, if I'm honest. Just the vast emptiness of it. It's terrifying. Right then. All good to go. Misfit, my friend, sir. Can I get you over here to spin the valves, ready to take us down to PD here. Periscope depth 7 meters. Mark it. Lovely stuff. Once you're ready, Dave, go and get some sleep for me, please, son. There, Misfit. Thank you. Can I get you down on the diesels? Take 2 additional crew members with you to increase our fuel efficiency. And the ship is going to begin losing buoyancy here. It's absolutely fine that we're low on compressed air. The snorkel up is going to allow us to stay relatively safe from that. Jarenthar, come and get some sleep for me, please, son. Army pilot, nothing to report on the radio. Let's get you on the listening room for us then. Just take yourself and no additional crew members. Screwed. Our overall navigation is at 72%. Please stay on that position. Yeah, we'll continue to run at red light running as we go into the evening here. The trick now is finding another target to engage. Let's go roughly on their line of bearing, just in case it's some sort of shipping lane, and then we'll go from there. So we've let one of the Swedish ships go. This is where we get a message from command. Sink the Japan. Very interesting. So once we get away from these as soon as we get out of this red circle, it will consider the mission as complete. Oh, detection. Not sure what that's about. Nothing to report visually. We're just crossing the threshold of the area of engagement. And then we are back in travel mode. Right then. Nothing else to report nearby. Sea state is reasonably choppy. So probably a little bit rough to try and make detections on. Not too bad though, one has to be honest. Could definitely be worse. Screwed. Come over and increase... Oh, let's run us to daylight. Really no urgency to be rating at red light running. We're currently in the investigation phase. Screwed, come and get some sleep for me as well. You can do with the rest. Citrus, take over on navigation for now. Again, there's not much point in us coming up to the surface and looking for any kind of smoke screens, as we'd probably detect them on a hydrophone first. Really the limiting factor for us is how far away people are. Once we get to our marker here, we're going to run very slowly on the electric... Oh, say no more. Another target. Ahead full for me, please. Let's make our intercept. Lovely stuff. Right then, let's continue to find our target here. We're going to stay on the diesels until such a time that a closer approximation of a hostile target can be found. Army pilot, come and get some sleep for me, please, mate. Duranthar, take over on the listening room, take an additional crew member. Misfit, no, we'll leave you with 1 additional crew member for now, as not to max things out. Screwed, we'll take over for the captain, just so that he's fresh to use the periscope. Get yourself on navigation. Rig us to red light running, please, just because of the fact that we're going to be in combat conditions very shortly. That is not how you use a snorkel. That is not how you use a snorkel at all. One of the engineers is warming torpedoes. That's perfectly fine. Red light running. Okay, Misfit, you're down there. Keep warming up those torps. That's fine for now. Screwed, come on to navigation for the hottest minute. And let's see what we're dealing with. The sea state is causing us a bit of grief, which I'm quite surprised about because it's not that choppy. Are we at neutral buoyancy? Just struggling to be on the right depth. Let's bring it up to 6 meters. There we go. Let's bring it up to 6. See if we can improve our depth keeping ever so slightly by setting a slightly higher speed. Snorkel casually taking on water. That's it. Try and cut through the middle here. Try and find our target. He's somewhere within this circle, wherever this may be. Tends to be more towards the middle, but we will see as we kind of intersect through the middle here. Inaccurate contact. Anywhere, enemy units may be somewhere within this massive circle. Are they further back? It's hard to know. Next, we've explored the back. It's going to be maybe up the front somewhere. See how we do. Definitely got to change over some of our officers. Cut through the middle, try and catch up. Lovely. Let's change over a few of the officers then. You go and get some sleep. It's taking longer to find these guys than I would have liked. Get on navigation. Durenthar, come and get some sleep for me. Let Army Pilot to take over on the hydrophone. Take an extra man with you. Misfit, you're getting some sleep, which is great. We're just going to run on a head standard. Hopefully that'll be enough. Oh, we fucking up. We found him. Cheeky bastards. Okay, 2300 hours, very late night, which means we've got a small advantage in terms of the attack. Currently engaging a, looks like a size 2 merchant group, nothing too bad. Water is once again very deep, not quite as deep as before. 3 targets. Okay, as we come into sightline here, what I want to do is bring us in quite close, very close in fact. We're going to get sort of whites of their eyes kind of thing, as not to get, because I think the problem is that I'm shooting from too far away. So what I need to do is actually prep the ship for attack mode. So, Citrus, if I can for us please, switch us to blue light running and drop the snorkel. We are now in silent running. Dave is warming up torpedoes, which is fantastic. Let's go onto the attack periscope. Army Pilot is ready to engage. Our limiting factor here is going to be oxygen. We've got 1 hour and 28 minutes to make the engagement. We are currently running on the electrics at 4 knots. Misfit, down to the electric engine room for me, please. Take 1 person with you. I want to go faster. Need to engage. The quicker we engage these guys, the better. Can you give me... Once Misfit gets down there, I want, if you can give it to me, a head full. Yes, please, sir. Get me a head full, making 6 knots. Let's begin our intercept course. Closing in. Closing the gap. Right, Skipper, let's get you working the closest target. Freighter, Army Pilot, let's get you working the Liberty class cargo ship. And then we'll go from there. 1 nautical mile. Visibility is basically 0 due to the cloudiness and so on. Very, very nice. Excellent. This is a good engagement range. Right, slow us down to a head 1/3 for us, please, manoeuvring. Excellent stuff. This is the kind of distance you need to be engaging at. Okay, this should essentially guarantee a hit for us. So, with all the torpedoes warmed up, I'm assuming, Dave, do you have good news for me? How are we doing for torpedo warmth? Not bad. Let's warm up those T1s. Tube 1 looks warm enough, so let's prepare that one. Closest target was Citrus, so we're going to go for the furthest first. The SSA Frank Lever, looks like a Liberty-class cargo ship, 7200 GRT. Let's get ready to fire. So tube, what was it, tube 1? Tube 1 looked pretty good. Let's get ready with tube 1 then. So, one of our new electric torpedoes, 24 knot top speed. So it's very slow, but it's less likely to be a dud. So it's not bad to fire at this kind of range. So firing point procedures on the SSA Frank Liberty-class cargo ship. Distance to target is 8 cables. Bearing 103.6. Speed is 4 knots. Ship ready, tube ready, shoot tube 1. Excellent. And then on Citrus's target, the Empire Lundy. Let us flood tube 2. Firing point procedures on the Empire Lundy. Distance to target, 5 cables. Bearing 104.1. Speed is 6 knots. Ship ready, tube ready, shoot tube 2. Shoot tube 2. There we go, click the right button. Both weapons have cleared the tube and are running normally. 2 reasonably slow speed but more efficient electric torpedoes. Excellent stuff. Firing these from very close range, so there's less chance of us getting a miss here. Let's see how we do. Let's immediately get a target solution being readied on this guy. Between the two of you should get the best torpedo data that you can. They're going to hit very close to each other, but not at the same time. This T3 torpedo is going to hit very, very close. Excellent stuff. Thank you very much, McPherson. It's good to be back, mate. Okay. Empire Lundy coming on in. You can kind of see the torpedo coming in there. That looks like a successful hit. Looks like they're going to... There we go, 10 seconds. Thank you very much there to Atago. And a fine hit right at midships. Knocked it up right out of the water. An excellent hit. Fire has swamped the foredeck. Very, very nice. Another torpedo coming in. Too late for them to be able to pull any kind of evasive manoeuvres. They've turned all the lights off to try and hide themselves, but it is too late. Torpedo hits. Fantastic. Rocks the ship wildly to its port side. Let's see. Fire is out over here, but there's a lot of water on the foredeck. Broken mast. Looks like we've got a reasonably large amount of buckled hull there. She's really getting dragged down. Very large fire on the foredeck. Yep, she's being dragged down by the head. Critical amount of flooding below the foredeck there. She's sank like a stone in a bath. Lovely. An enormous blaze has broken out on the foredeck here. We've actually blasted through the armour plating here, and we can see the superstructure, so she's going to be taking on a devastating amount of water. Water's going to put out quite a lot of the foredeck fire, but if that fire spreads up here on the top of the deck, the ship is pretty much a write-off. So a catastrophic blaze and a huge amount of huge amounts of fucking structural damage to the side of the ship here as well. So as all of that water runs underneath there, they are going to struggle to stay afloat here. Not to mention this inferno starting to spread up onto the superstructure here. It's engulfed this machine gun port. Do feel free. You can leave your position. You know, you don't have to. He's loyal to his work. But what if the U-boat surfaces? Sorry, and now we go to Marcus for his in-work interview. Lovely. Okay, well, in terms of neutral buoyancy, yeah, this is fine. It literally is fine. Lovely. There we go. Yep. My ears. I apologise. Yeah, for some reason, there's like this. That's dedication. It really is. I apologise. Again, my microphone seems to be much louder than it was before. It's like it's got like adaptive noise like thing. So if I talk really loudly, like it goes really loudly. I don't know. Hard to say. I'm gonna have to be less spontaneous about it. Looks like a lot of water's getting on there. This guy here looks to have achieved a neutral buoyancy, which is extra frustrating. She's pretty much dead, but I'm going to have to just pump a couple of rounds of the deck gun in there to try and stop it. This inferno is really burning. They're going to really struggle to put that out. I'm going to write that ship off. I'm going to say this ship here is pretty much a goner. Yeah, in fact, they're going for an evacuation. This one has, as I say, achieved a small amount of neutral buoyancy. How's the target solution on target B doing? 92%. That's pretty good. Let's see what's warmed up the front here. So we're loading some more torpedoes. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Torpedo launchers. Tube 3 is the best at the moment. T1 torpedo high speed. That's what we want. Citrus. Let's go for this guy, the Empire Lass. Tube 3. Firing point procedures on the Empire Lass. Distance to target 1 nautical mile. Bearing 102.9. Speed is 4 knots. Ship ready. Tube ready. Maxing out the speed. Shoot tube 3. Actually, I wonder if it's going to hit the ship in front. I think we'll be okay. Shoot tube 3. What we are going to do then, in the knowledge that this guy is not armed and the other 2 ships are abandoned, we are going to run up to the surface here so that we can finish off that other ship with the deck gun. So dive. Take us up to the surface, please. Take us up. Lovely. Let's get a little bit of help with Dave there, loading the torpedo bay. And then we are good to go. We can run the searchlight and then we should be good to go from there. There we go. The other Empire... Yeah, there we go. That other ship, the SS Frank, has finally sunk. So if it was going to be an intercept, which I think it would have probably hit the Frank there, but because it's finally sunk below the waves, God, she must have sunk really violently there.
Oh,
empty and empty. Low air reserves. Thank you very much there to... What's that? Mr... Sorry, I will call you Bro White Bear. Thank you very much for the tier 1 sub. And the Cube Waffle emote, sir. Thank you very, very much. Coming up to the surface there now. We are up on the top. Skipper, come on, run up to the top deck for us, please. Make sure you put on the searchlight here. We're gonna really make sure that we spot them there, which is fantastic. Screwed, let's get me on there for us, please, boss. Let's see how we're doing. Visibility is increasing massively because of our, obviously, searchlight. Obviously, we are detected, which is absolutely fine. The ship is ready to fight. If only you knew what was coming to you.
Oh,
Lovely.
yeah.
Is this going to be a connecting hit? Oh, it's going to be close. It's nearly... Oh, it nearly went stern side. Thank you very much there to Requiem's VA for the Twitch Prime sub. A beautiful hit fire on board. Serious damage. It looks like an engine room hit. A load of... Yeah, load of smoke bellowing out of the engine room. That's going to hurt it big time. She's going up to 5 knots. Let's see if she'll slow down now that we've hit the engine room there. Pretty catastrophic hit. Let's take a closer look at the hull here. What was the damage that we did? Doesn't look to be any actual plate ripped off there, but the ship has already got a decent list to the... Well, actually, I think it's because it's slamming it into a port side turn there. So starboard is actually listed. In fact, there's actually a fair bit of water already getting onto the aft deck here. Yeah, water's already getting onto the aft deck. They're actually struggling with flooding here. Huge amount of sort of crippled hull side damage there. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, they're trying to turn... They're kind of turning the wrong way. Sort of dragging their ass underwater here by getting the flooded side turning out of the turn. Maritime combat is scary, that it is. Huge fire starting to spread towards the aft deck there. A lot of this fire will actually be in this rear cargo hold under these hatches, and as it spreads up and onto the deck here, the inferno sort of spreads. What you got to watch out for are those ethereal fires that form in front of the bow. Those are the ones you got to be careful of. Right, yeah, she's taken on a lot of water at the stern here. Even as the fire blazes, it's going to be cracking bulkheads and panels and stuff as the fire rages through it. Crazy temperatures. The metal is going to be failing, essentially. There we go. Looks like we got our first pontoon out. Oh my god, yep, she's popping a wheelie. Yep, she's in a bad way. Looks like fire's consumed the whole sort of main super. Oh my god, she's gone. Oh. Oh. Oh, that was close. Lovely, and she begins her journey to the bottom. Very, very scary. Right then. Let's slow us down here, please, manoeuvring to ahead. We're already at ahead 1/3, 4 knots. Okay then, Scrooge, you know what to do for us, please, son. I need you up here on the main deck gun if I can for us, boss. Take 1 extra man with you for the purpose of loading. I need you to come up here just so you can get a couple of rounds of HE and or AP onto that target there. All stop for us, please. All stop. Lovely stuff. What a lot of oh my god, Jesus. Hold on, Scrooge. Get yourself clipped in, son. Don't want you up here for too long. Right then. Let's get you on there. Use the manual mode for the deck gun. Right, what have we got loaded? We've got AP loaded. Let's go for a HE, because we're quite far away and we want to try and get a fire on the superstructure. Let's see how we can do. Right. Aim for the white bit and fire. A little bit over. Aim a bit lower. And wait for the swell to drop. And fire. There's a hit. No fire on board. And get ready to send another one. Fire. Another good hit. Blew something off the roof. Not sure what that was. And fire. No. Gotta wait for the loading. A little bit short. Fighting the swell here. Another shot in. Let's see if we can get another fire on board. Wait for the swell. There we go. That's condemned that ship. 5 rounds in. It's a nice sort of, multiple of 5, so I'm very happy with that. That would have been more important. Right then, Screwed. Can I get you to leave your position, come below deck, and just use the navigation table for us? That thing is pretty much a lost cause because there's nobody to do the firefighting. Beautiful smoke. Right then, ahead 2/3 for us, please, manoeuvring. Let's swing us round again on their last known line of bearing. We'll go down this way, and then we'll just leave this ship to burn out. The fire's going to consume that one. Why am I shooting the sinking ship, Kit PR? Because it's achieved what's known as a neutral buoyancy, which means that the ship isn't technically sinking, it's still afloat, which means not necessarily that someone could salvage the ship, but if there was another nearby ship that obviously wanted to get some, let's say, important or critical data or something like that, while someone has to board a technically sinking ship, it's still on the surface. You want to make sure this stuff is down below the waves where no one can get it. The front hadn't fallen off, indeed. There we go, the fire is starting to spread throughout. Sinking but not sinking, essentially. Lovely stuff. Right then. Release that additional crew member and let's get the hell out of here. Switch us over to the diesels again, please. Head ahead 2/3. I think we already were on the diesels. There we go. Large fire. It's going to drag it down because again there's nobody firefighting it. All the fires are really high up. I'll sort of climb down there through the various access hatches and chutes, and as more water sloshes onto the deck, as the fire sort of pulls the metal and wood apart, more water is going to get underneath and then eventually it is going to go under. yeah, it looks, it's really bad. God, you do get a bit queasy watching it. Okay, jobs are good. It's trying really hard to sink, chat, I promise. It's absolutely desperate to. It's like literally any second. This little green health bar is about to slither away, and then the waves are going to swallow it. Just these poor guys, just watching. There we go. Oh my God, the front fell off. There you go. Lovely jubbly. And down it goes. Fantastic. Empire Lundy radio has sunk. An absolutely catastrophic smoke plume now snuffed out by the ocean waves. Let us get on the radio for us there, please, Army Pilot. Radio in your kills to the command. Another one bites the dust. 15,000 credits. Very, very nice. Excellent stuff. Quite a lot of money in the bank for this patrol. Definitely can't argue with that. Fantastic stuff. Right then. So, let's move away from the combat zone here, moving at a head standard. Misfit, take 2 extra people with you. Dave, come and get some sleep for us. Thanks for loading everything. Army Pilot, come and get some sleep. Durenthar, take over on the hydrophone, just in case we get ambushed there. Don't think we will, but we'll double check. Compressed air reserves are at 58%. So, while Misfit is on the electric engines here, let's run you down to the rear. Get on the diesel compressor. You can actually go and get some sleep, but we'll take Dave over on the electrics, or on the diesels there. Once you've got that going, go and get yourself some sleep, sunshine. You've earned it, mate. Fantastic, skipper. Don't really need you on watch. It's the middle of the night. We can release the ship from silent running as you come back down for us. We'll get you on the bunk to get some rest because you were up for... Oh, actually, just before we do... Sorry, skipper, you can come back up and kill that searchlight. That's going to really put us in trouble if you're not careful. Come on up for us, matey. Kill the searchlight. There we go, and then now you come back down, put the ship into nighttime running, and then we're good to go. Release that additional crew member, please, Army Pilot. Skipper's coming down the ladder, officer on deck, and then we will get you onto the officer's bunk there. Fantastic. Everyone get some rest. Right then, air compressor is running like the clappers there, which is fantastic stuff. Thursday can be a pretty bad day, but in 2 days' time it will be sadder. What do you reckon? Saturday. Ah, there we go. Hang on, it's in there somewhere. Look, I just got it. Right, okay, let's see here. So, visibility is pretty shite. What we want to do is obviously get away from the area of objective and then back into travel mode. Again, no real objective in mind here. It's just a case of seeing what's about. So it's currently 4 o'clock in the morning. Weather is diabolical. Gonna have to wait for better weather before we begin searching, I think. Let's see here, let's get into 6:20 in the morning. Sort of the crack of dawn here. We'll probably spend today on the surface just to see what's around. No one's really in a good state to go up and view, but we're going to try and get people up there. Screwed, get up on the UZO. Let's see who else is about. Who else is up there? Citrus, let's just quickly get you up here on the white light running. Let's see how we're doing. Yeah, and let's see what's on the horizon. It's going to be difficult to spot smoke plumes in weather like this, but with a rainstorm going on, the hydrophone's going to be pretty bad. Very nice. Very nice. Let's Saw a little glint on the sky then, and hopefully that's not a Short Sunderland coming to say hello. If it is, we do get a couple of have a couple of deck machine guns, a couple of large, I think 15 point something millimeter machine guns, or these may even be 20mm cannons actually. But a decent old research complete. Very, very nice. So Conning Tower Mark IV Armoured has been completed. Let's set up a new piece of research then. I believe this guy is... That's a radio operator, which we don't... Is that a... Radio man? Radar detector Mark III. Could do with that one. In a process of examination of RAF Short Sterling wreckages that was shot down by the Luftwaffe over Rotterdam, we discovered that the Allies started using radar technology operating at a 10 centimetre frequency. It's a major technological breakthrough, and our current radar detector designs aren't capable of detecting them. Our response to finding this new radar detector device called the Naxos, it would be theoretically able to detect all radars operating in an 8 to 12 centimetre frequency. Okay, should we? Yeah, we'll give it a try. Let's give it a go. Fair enough. 11 days to complete. 11 days and 23 hours. So a better radar detector. Let's do it. Anything visible? Sea state is very, very calm. Nothing obviously on the horizon there. Citrus doesn't report anything either. Come back down here for us then. Let's take the ship down to periscope depth and run very quietly at a head 1/3 here. And then let's take a listen for anything on the hydrophone there. Durenthar should be able to do that nicely for us. See how we do that thing that we do. Get all buttoned up and ready for the dive. Take it slow. Then we'll get on the hydrophone. Hydrophone is just under here, as best we can see it. All of that there. It's kind of like that weird mesh. You can't really see it. All of these little things, these little dots here. That's part of the hydrophone system. Very nice. Awesome. So far so good. There we go, running below the surface. Now switching to the hydrophone, Durenthar. It's up to you to find us some stuff there, buddy. Currently on the electrics, which is going to help our sonar solution immeasurably. Right then, what is around us, if anything at all? Currently making 2 knots. Nothing to report nearby. Let's cut up north. Let me run it really thraping those electrics. Should be okay for a little while. Really don't like us using the electrics that aggressively. Bit of a bother. North Atlantic, Bermuda Islands, lots of interesting fast travel points. No fast travel points around here, like. When does the world end? Sail off the edge of... Prove that one, round earthers. Right, let's see here. Interesting. Let's have a look here. Assign crew to engineer. What do you mean, sorry, assign crew to engineering? Oh, I see. That's it. See what you're saying. Right. Nothing to really report. Sea state is good. Sea state's fine. Just nothing to report. Let's switch it over to the snorkel then, if we can. Citrus, just get that snorkel up for us. Come and get some sleep there, bud. You've done quite well. Screwed, get yourself off there. Come down here to the navigation station. Going to be a little bit tired there, boss, but it's okay. Dave, come and get some sleep for me for the moment. Misfit, take over on the electrics, as that's your department there. Durenthar, go on then. We might as well get you changed over as well. Maybe a fresh pair of ears need to listen to the ocean waves.
Yeah.
Hydrophone, and there. What's that screeching static sound? Very interesting. Oh, now running on the diesels there. Let's make a depth of 6 meters. And then I will be thanking Mr. Blade NL. 22 months. How's it going, matey? Doing well. Glad to see you streaming again. Glad to be streaming again, Blade. Finally got a gap in the internet. There's not even necessarily a guarantee that I'll be able to stream tomorrow, because that's when apparently they are starting to look at the internet. But we'll see. Very nice. Right then. Currently nothing to really report. Kinda just stumbling around here by these islands, not much happening. Oh, there we go, tiny group propeller noise. Let's get a lot of small groups coming through here, I'm quite surprised. Let's get an intercept course going. Let's bring us up to a head full. There we go, intercept course. Let's say hello. 2 to 4. Just more tonnage. Very, very late night engagements. Mr. Scrooge, you've done reasonably well there, boss. I just need you to run us over to red light running for me, please. Red light. Total water depth is about 2,000 metres. A couple of shallow bits, but I think we're pretty much on like this shallow shelf here at about 2,000 metres. Not that we'll be going anywhere near that deep. I was planning to visit the UK next week, but that plan's been scrapped as of today. Not going to risk unnecessary trouble. That's smart, Lade. Yeah. Is that the right decision to make, I think. Lovely. So we're going to stay running here on the sort of snorkel that's constantly getting battered with water. And let's try and find our targets. Visibility is really struggling because of the sea state. 6 metres. Not really any flooding on board. Let's just make sure that the bilges aren't full. Citrus, can you come over here and run the pumps for us just for a hot minute? Interesting. Don't need you on the attack periscope just yet, Citrus. I just need you to rest. So far, the rest of the auxiliary crew can take care of it. There we go. 6 metre depth. The trick now is finding... Oh, there they are. We've got them. Okay. All stop. Based on their current course, they're going to come right past me. So we can catch them here. Lovely. ED. Let's bring it to 6. Let's not sink too deep, because at the minute the snorkel is well below the fucking surface. So there's no way we're at 6 metres right now. That snorkel ain't doing shit. Like the fucking periscope's not even above the water. Tell me what's going on, game. What's the 3 metres? Can I get you to do anything? Can I get you to change depth? Just barely. No? No one wants to change depth? Nobody? No one? Come on to deck a wash. See if I can get them to respond to that. Come on. Seems that they're just barely responding to the deck a wash command. And I mean just barely. Decker wash will kind of work for the purposes that I'm after right now. Don't really need to worry about too much more. I'll have to go to PD once they get a bit closer. Look at this, Decker wash. That is not Decker wash. These guys are going to be coming very close to me. Look at that. That is not Decker wash. That is some hogwash. How much water's in the bilge? It says that there's water in the bilge, but I cannot see any water. That looks like a... Is that a ballast or a bilge tank? Interesting. I'm still rising, that's it. Is my character still alive? Yes, you are, Duranthar. You're still here. Okay, are we up at Decker Wash yet? It's trying so hard to be. The game considers us at Decker Wash, does it? Not sure the game knows what the fuck's going on. Right, let's ask it to go back down to PD then. Whatever it considers PD. We might as well get ourselves to prepare for snorkel use. Get over here. We'll turn off the snorkel and then we'll rig for to blue light running, because we should have enough time. So drop the snorkel, then blue light running. And then attack periscope for me, please, laddie. There you go. Very nice. We've got more shit coming our way. Lovely. These guys are really getting into the lion's den here. Okay, I'm going to wait till they're a little bit closer before committing to heating the torpedoes. Just because it won't take me too long. Misfit, just get some sleep for us as we're not really using the electrics. Because I just want you to be in a position where you can give me a hand. Okay. Are we... It's kind of like not really that deep, lads. I think the depth gauge is struggling a little bit. So we do keep poking our chinny chin chin above the water. I think if we're going to get so close, we better be careful. I think we're sinking out a little bit. Just quickly get Misfit on here. Get him on the depth steers, just for the moment. Just to give them a hand, because they're clearly, you know, they're having a hard time. Let's see here. There we go. Give them a hand depth keeping. There we go. There we go. Are we... There we go. We're subsurface again now. These guys are going to be coming very close to us. Which is what I'm after. Oxygen usage is fine here. Excellent. Right then. Let's start warming up those torpedoes, I think. Let's do it. Oh, Dave, are you ahead of the curve, my friend? Oh, I love Dave. Right then, 2 T1s, 2 T3s. Let's prioritise T3s. Let's get ready. We'll fire our first T3 at the first target and then we'll go from there. So, Screwed? Or sorry, Citrus I should say on that. Already an 80% solution. Army Pilot already a 74% solution. Let's get these guys engaged. So Citrus at 81% there. Get you an additional crew member just to help. And then we will get ready to fire. I'm going to send these very, very shortly. You get up here and warm up that T3. That's it, son. Get it warmed up. Lovely stuff. Attack vector is starting to improve. Very nice. Let's send that. Okay, Citrus, 98% solution. Firing point procedures. Sorry, let's flood tube 1, T3 torpedo. Firing point procedures on the Glacier Park. Liberty class cargo ship English. Distance to target 6 cables, bearing 88.5, speed is 5 knots. Ship ready, tube ready, shoot tube 1. That's pretty fucking close. I don't believe we've been detected because they're not in a state of alarm. This vessel is heard by the hydrophone and we have a visual detection on this target. Other than that, not too bad. The Liberty class cargo ship, which means it is ever so slightly armed. A couple of deck guns fore and aft, but otherwise not too bad. Removed gun on that one, and then a very small Swedish, almost trawler over there. Let's get ready with our second target. We'll go for a T1 on the next one there. Mr. Dave, can you come to the fore for me? Let's see what's going on. Can you warm up this T1 torpedo in tube 3? 30 seconds to impact. We'll hit one and then we'll hit the other. Maneuvering, can you bring me ahead 1/3, please? Let's close the gap a little bit. Head 1/3. 20 secunda. Lovely. Torpedo coming in. Looks like it's going to be a good hit. Tier 3 torpedo tends to be less shit than the Tier 2. Let's see how hard it hits. Again, these Liberty class ships tend to be a bit tougher. Really good hit. Similar damage to the first one we engaged. Huge fire in the forward cargo bay. Very, very large hit. Mast has been totally destroyed just forward of the main superstructure. But an enormous inferno. Huge hole in the side of the hull. I think we know what the fate of this guy is. They tend to last a little bit longer on the surface, but with the fire already starting to lick its way into the main superstructure here, I think they're going to be banging trouble. I don't think they're going to be able to contain a blaze of that size, but we shall see. Let's see here. The next ship here, to be honest, that's got quite a low draft already. That's like, freaking hell, it's You don't even have to sink ships these days, they just sink themselves. God, that's really low in the water. Must just be kind of suffering a little bit in the swell. Norwegian tanker. Very, very nice. Yeah, very large blaze up the front there. Again, no idea where they're getting engaged from. At the minute, it's just a case of waiting for Felemy Lad to sink before we go on forward here. Again, the blaze is really what's going to kill this ship as opposed to flooding. It's sent out an emergency transmission. Durenthar, can you get on the radio room, see if we can intercept that? In fact, let's do it the other way around. Army pilot, sleep, hydrophone for Durenthar here. And then let's get ready to service the other targets. Army pilot, come and get yourself. We'll get some sleep for now, and we'll see what the radio messages are in just a moment. Okay, Durenthar, 99% solution on him. Let's see about our furthest target, that Swedish one. Now, the last Swedish ship was a bit of a bastard, but I think we'll leave it alone. Lovely, that blaze is starting to get pretty serious on there. Very happy with that as a whole. Look at the pillar of smoke. They've definitely improved the smoke of the game. That looks way better. Way better. Excellent stuff. Very, very nice. Yep, fire starting to lick its way onto the superstructure. Very nice. She's starting to really suffer now in terms of waterline. Oh my fucking god. Don't know what's going on with it. Thriller night. Party hard. Oh Jesus. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh yeah, this ship's pretty much done for. She's really got an inferno going. She's just gonna sink like a stone any second. Yeah, waves are swallowing her. She's gone, and she's done. Right, okay, let's go ready on the next target. Target B. This target is the SS Sneeland. Oh. Lovely. Oh, lovely. Some fucking Soviets sent me a little thing for the bullshittery that's coming. Very nice. Behind the scenes. Right then, I'll have a look at that in a little bit. It's top secret, chat. I can't show you. Confidential. Lovely. Right, let's see. With regards to target B here, the Sneeland, let's have a look here. Let's get engaged on that. So we're currently engaging that with Army pilots. Or no, Durenthar, isn't it? 100% chance to hit. Let's get ready with this one. Sea Rave. Right then, let's go for a T1 torpedo. Tube 3, I believe, was the one that we warmed up. Pretty sure it was. Let's flood that tube and let's get ready. Target distance and the SS Sneeland. 7 cables, bearings 91.3, speed of 4 knots. Ship ready, tube ready, shoot tube 3. Fire. We are away. Lots of ships have appeared. Show us all right. Can't do it, man. It's top secret. Top secret. Well, I mean, if you follow him on Patreon, it will eventually come out on Patreon.
Oh,
so
yeah.
But yeah, just while he's working on it, because your boy here plays, you know, whenever Soviets on, tends to play a fair bit of Rising Storm Vietnam, like so. As apparently I'm in the limelight for more than a couple of parts of it. Apparently, poor everyone. But we crowdfund you and your participation in the bullshitters. I know, J-Bar, I know. Kiranadia, I'm guessing I'm saying that right. Thank you very much, Kiranadia, for the 14 months. Very, very kind. That torpedo's going like a meteorite. Good old T1 torpedoes, man. Fantastic. ASMR with Joe, that's the one. Lovely. I think I might complete this patrol and then head back to port, kind of thing. There we go. This one's going to hit right at midships under the superstructure. Wawoom! Lovely. It's a hit. What's the damage report? Damage is decent, but not the end of the world. Actually, that is pretty catastrophic. The entire superstructure has gone up. Any major damage to the side of the hull? Nothing really. Main bulkhead is holding quite nicely. Very, very nice. Very cool. I like that a lot. Time for a quick FTL stream. I have a quick FTL stream, I mean, Jesus Christ. Okay, so they managed to get the fire out over the engine room, but there's still a large inferno blazing in the sort of main superstructure, the sort of wheelhouse and so on. So they're kind of struggling with that. Let's see how they do here. Not bad at all. This Norwegian ship is struggling. She seems to be taking on a lot of water at midships because she's struggling to stay afloat. That fire's really raging. It's caught back in the engine room again. That's contagious. It really is, Diablo. UBOAT is the most powerful sort of digital artifact ever created. And chat's got me with it again. Fuckers. Lovely. She's starting to get a bit of a hard old list to, that'll be starboard now, as sort of more water starts to slosh on this side. The sort of lower portion of the foredeck here starting to really get introduced to the open ocean here. A lot of water getting on that foredeck. Very, very nice. Again, wheelhouse is totally engulfed. No one's alive in there. That is a serious fire, that is. Very, very nice. Fire's starting to spread down through the bottom and into the engine room, which is fantastic. Oh my god, Polycongan. What wall of yawn. Try not to spam too much, mate. I would appreciate that. Lovely. El Pedroso, thank you very much for gifting a tier 1 sub to Phantom Frontier. Very, very kind, sir. Mr. Frontier, enjoy your emotes for 142 subs. It's too contagious, I know. Lovely. Very, very nice. Okay. There we go. Fire's starting to spread aft here, which is nice. Sort of coming up through the nooks and cracks, which is excellent. So pretty much the entire underside of the ship is completely ablaze. You can start to see it spread through now. Coming out through this little fucking thing here. Very, very nice. Fire's starting to spread there. Still pounding away. Do feel free to stop at any time. Ah, well, what can you do? Stop making me yawn. Stop making me yawn. I arrived to fire. Good to see you, Mr. Canadian. Lovely stuff. Ugh. Very, very nice. Okay. Yeah, so far so good. Very happy with the outcome so far. Yeah, she just... Can you just sink? I'd consider it a personal favour. I can't stop yawning. Chat, you've broken me. I was fighting it off. I was so tired. You've ruined... Oh, it's actually... I'm ruined. Good to see you, Canadian. Fantastic stuff. Right then. They're kind of fighting the fire, but they cannot deal with the absolute inferno on the superstructure. That foredeck is starting to get really well introduced to the ocean here. You can't contain the fire. At some point, they have to abandon ship, right? I know they're trying desperately to keep it going, but they're not sailing this to safety. Tempted to surface and get a couple of deck rounds up here. Will the Swedish shoot at me? They don't appear to have any guns. What is this all about? What are these? Have we ordered again? Oh my fucking god. A bit of a beacon, isn't it? Look at that. It's huge. Oh, it's those ethereal fires again. Oh yeah, that's a lot of water on that foredeck. I keep saying that and it keeps getting dry. Oh yeah. There's definitely some progress as she's getting pulled down on the fucking port side here. The question is, when will it kill her? Because she's going to be taking on water with that much water getting on the top deck. I have started this. I can't hear. It's funny. Chat's evil. Evil! That mermaid man, mate. Yeah, conscripted. Yeah, Dawid, our favourite man, our favourite Russian. I apologise to any of the Russians in. Yeah, he's been drafted. Drafted to the army. Look, I'm getting old. I'm an old man here. Can you just sink? I know you really want to. I mean, it's going to sink. It will sink eventually. So I guess I'm just going to, yeah, bugger off, I guess. What are these? Empty and empty. And I could try and go to the wreck again, but I probably won't. Hello, Chinny. Good to see you there, my guy. How are you, sir? Oh, there you go. There you go. She went critical. She's gone critical. Which means it's only a matter of time now before she gets engulfed. That is excellent news. At some point, they will abandon ship. Could be better. Oh, right, mate. Is there anything in my humble tiredness that I could do to assist you in the endeavour of not being okay? Because I'd be more than happy to. Suck my massive cock. Now that is impolite. Lovely. There we go. That's the one. Fire engulfing, lots of flooding, getting pulled down by the head. Yeah, that's le GG for that guy. Right then, Army pilot. We know the drill. Let's get you up on the hydrophone here, or the radio room, and we shall. I guess we could call that there for now. Let's get that radioed in. Out of range for the moment. Nice one. Messy lewd. Oh my god. Percy-based emotes. God, how long have I been away from the internet? When did Percy-based emotes exist? Lovely. Right then. Well, we're going to let that sneaky Swede sneak away there. I think probably what we want to do is consider going down here and then up here and then just completing the remainder of the patrol, because that will complete it. Then we can get back to harbour and then we can go from there. So, oh, hello, I believe that's an SOS, or at least some kind of communication. Let's see, anything else coming through? Can't go to Radio Gibraltar. Okay, let's just get the fuck away from here, shall we? Dive, bring us up to the surface, please. Take us all the way up. Let's rig ship for daylight running. Skipper, off the attack periscope for us. We're just going to let that other ship get away. It's a Swede, so we'll be okay. She has some new ones. Lovely. Fantastic there. Good stuff, that's going up there. Dave, my boy, can you come down here and run the diesel compressor for us there, boss? Everybody else get some reasonable rest there. Army pilot, Radio New York. Radio New York? There's a whole other radio station out there. I genuinely didn't know that. Another radio. It kind of makes sense, to be honest, but I'm kind of like really surprised that that's actually... That's quite cool. I quite like that. That's fantastic. We'll have to go and listen. We'll have to go over there and listen one day. Right then, let's disengage, shall we? Pulling currently ahead 1/3. Let's go to ahead standard, and let's yeet out. Again, wreckages are a bit more out of reach there, so we'll go from there. Let's go from there to contacts. Nothing else to really report. Excellent stuff. I've still got that guy detect. It must definitely register as neutral then, because it doesn't seem to care that I'm in combat anymore. Can you drive into New York Harbour and see the Statue of Liberty? I guess you can, Chip Hitch. See why not. Not a bad little haul there. A lot of credits. We can go from there. Lovely. Just want to get back to base, to be honest. You can wrap up the stream there, and then I can go and get some sleep. Can you shoot the Statue of Liberty? Now that is a question for the not too distant future. Right then. I'm just going. Just do me a favour. Just sit on that. I'm just gonna slap it into high gear. It's gonna use a lot of fuel, but fuel's quite cheap. Yeah, lovely. QB on. No, resisting. Resisting badly. Oh, fucking Jesus! Right, going through here. Then we'll go from there, and then we'll go up here. And then we'll swing back around. Resistance failed, that's it. Slow it down to a head full. Doesn't seem to really make any difference when you're travelling at ×5 speed. Maybe a little bit. Head standard at the very least. Lovely. Not too bad. We're going to drop on into harbour and then we should be good to go. Again, chat, I would like to apologise if my internet is not fixed by tomorrow. I'll be perfectly honest, I've kind of lost It's a sad thing to say, but I've lost faith in Virgin Media's technical department. I know most people were like, what took you so long? But genuinely, I don't think they have any idea what's causing the problem with the internet. I'm not really convinced that tomorrow will fix it, because of the fact that this is excuse number 83 in a long list of prefabricated responses to different issues. So I'm really not expecting this to be that miraculous. I hope it is, but you know, the realistic expectation is that tomorrow the internet will still be broken. And even though because tomorrow is the day that they implement the fix, or start implementing the fix, so it could potentially be Sunday. Monday at the very latest will be when I know whether or not the fix has actually occurred. So yeah, hopefully by Monday we'll have a more solid picture. But you know, Saturday, Sunday, potentially still turbulent. I've caught a bit of a break this evening where the internet appears to have stabilised. We'll see how it goes. Are you looking forward to Starlink? I have no idea what Starlink is, Army Pilot. I've been like unplugged from the world. Who is Boris Johnson? I have no idea. They are awful when it's working fine, even good, but they're awful at problems. Yeah, to be fair. Tell them to send out a real Virgin this time, exactly. That's the one. Gonna head out for the night. No worries there, Xanthos. Sorry, Xanthos. Thank you very much. I'm gonna call you Xanthanos. Lovely. Right then. Head ×5 speed. We're gonna do our classic sort of parking job, which involves us pretty much just ramming the harbour. Which I'm very happy with. Let's go ahead to thirds. Take it easy. We'll park up, and then we'll go from there. Amber porting. I know, right? Attacking us. Literally no troubleshooting information about what that is other than some weird sort of coin of phrase. But thank you very much for the 386 people that have dropped into stream today. Again, I apologise about obviously the irregularity of them. It was, you know, no one was more unhappy than I was that I couldn't stream. Let's slow it down to a head 1/3. I'm hoping it's just going to... Go on, get closer to the fucking harbour wall. Oh, join my half! There we go. There we go. Tokyo Drift straight in there. And then we shall save that here. I'm going to make the boat ready at the beginning of the next stream because I am very sleepy. Lovely stuff. We've missed you. QB on. That's it. Lovely. Right then. Satellite net being made by SpaceX. Oh, God, speed it up. It's like the Mickey Mouse version. Hold on. It's a long way to Tipperary. Oh, yes. That's beautiful. Right then, well, thank you everybody for tuning in today. Apologies again if I seem a bit off. Like, I've genuinely, like, not really streamed in 3 weeks. I've forgotten how to stream. I genuinely. I'll try and get back into it over the next couple of weeks. Like, so just bear with me while I get back into the routine. I don't know how to talk to people anymore. I've become a fucking social introvert over the last like 3 weeks. I don't like people. So daylight burns the skin. Oh God, it's awful. I really hope that this house viewing on Saturday. Oh, of course, I didn't even mention it. There's a house viewing. We're going for a house viewing on Saturday. Me and Jaina. I hope it goes really well. It's going to be so difficult. There's really a good chance that we won't get it because of the fact that there's 11 other people going for it because it's just a nice looking house. But we'll see how it goes. So thank you everybody for today. I shall catch thee all on the flip side, and yeah, I'll see you all soon. So thank you everybody, and I'll see you next time. I'm going to find somebody who's hopefully worth your time this fine eve. I don't know whether I save, so I'm just going to save again. Just, you know, to save my idiot brain from losing all that progress. Fucking music. They've clearly broken that. That's fantastic. Raid Jaina, that's a good point. We should raid the other half. I think that's all done now. Right. Alt F4. Badunk. And then let us raid Morse Jenner. There we go. Currently 16 people doing arty stuff. I believe she might be doing some of her coursework. I'm not entirely sure. Yes, she's playing with the metal turds. She's got like some molten aluminium that she was working with. It kind of looks like little aluminium rabbit droppings. And there's some food for thought. Right. Thank you everybody for tuning in today. I hope to see you in the not too distant future, and I will hopefully catch you tomorrow sometime if I can. I will endeavour to try. I don't believe there'll be an evening stream, based on what me and Jana are doing, because Jana's stopping over tomorrow night. But yeah, we'll sort of play it by ear. So thank you everybody for tuning in today. Again, apologies of the sort of irregular commentary. I will get back into the swing of things in the not too distant future, and I'll catch you next time. So thank you again, and I will see you soon. Thank you everybody for being really patient over obviously the internet outage, and yeah, I hope to be streaming again regularly in the not too distant future, because God, I'm bored without streaming. But yeah, we'll see you all soon. So thank you everybody again, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.